Vanakkam. It's a continuation of the regulatory framework of Indian financial market and share market. In last few slides, we had a discussion regarding about 5 areas, 5 Act, and this we are going to see about the Companies Act 1956. Primarily, there will be a question rising in the mind of all. What's the relativity of Companies Act and securities market? Of course, we are all aware that where we are going to be invest our money is in company. When at the case, the company should be formulated and it should follow the rules and regulation framed by the government of India. To make it everything set right and to make it everything regularized, the Companies Act 1956 is introduced. That means in the year of 1956 it was introduced. And due to the various reasons and various addition and deletions in the overcoming years, the new Companies Act was passed in 2013 and introduced, and today we are practicing the Companies Act 2013. With this pre-introduction, we'll move on to the Companies Act. The Companies Act primarily classified into three. One is about listed companies or private companies, public limited company, and limited companies. The second one is also deal about a type of companies, but it is not come under the purview of the corporate. It is called a corporations, a cooperative, a state or universities under. And the third part is about some exemptions relating to the Jammu and Kashmir, Goa, Daman and Diu and Sikkim. And whereas this classification might not be in the case of 2013, altogether everybody, that means 2013 Act is clearly and precisely explaining that Companies Act is applied all the part of the India, no exemption to no one. The next step I have to understand that why should I have to know the Companies Act primarily? It's very simple. I am an investor. Am I going to be invest my money in the share market on company shares? In that case, if I am not aware about what is the company, what all the thing I have to be check it out in the company before I am going for investment, then my investment is what we say, it's not a safe. And also I may not be possible to fix it or select the appropriate investment. Lot of things in the mind of the investor. So it's very important knowing the other acts. Same way the investor has to understand the Companies Act is also. The Companies Act is comprises of the various part. Totally is 13 parts. It start with 1 and 2 the 13. Each and every part, as per the law, it is telling about that what all the things is covered in the part. That means you simply understanding the content of the each and every part. Part 1 says about preliminary. That means it is defined which company is, which institution is named as company, private company, public company, and what is mean by officer who is in default. And part 2 is telling about the incorporation of company and incidental matters. And part 1A discussing about the board of company law administered. And part 3 is telling about the prospects and allotment and matter. So what is the point is over here? Being I am a person, I am an investor, I should understand whether I am going to be invest in a private company or public limited company. So obviously we are all aware that public investor can invest in either the private company or public company, provided there are a lot of intricacies in the particular investments. So first I can understand whether the company is incorporated, whether the company is private or public company. And second one, the prospect is a well-known explanation about what is the company, what all the risk the company is going to be happen, what's the prospects of the company. That I can be understand from the part 3 of the Companies Act, that is called prospects. And part 4 is dealing with it's explaining about share capital and debentures, which is the most important one. So as an investor, I should know about what is the total amount of capital is permitted by the company to generate from the public. And in that case, what is the share capital and what is the debentures? And move on to the part 5. It is telling about the registration of charges. What is the registration of charges? It is telling about what is the charge is going to be charged at the time of the registration, and also what is mean by certificates of registration and the penalties and so on. Part number 6 is telling about management and administration. Part 6A telling about revival and rehabilitation of the particular company. Revival and rehabilitation is an important one by means of the company as well as the investors. If the company is met any type of discomfort at the time of running up the business, the company think about revival and rehabilitation. At the time, as investor should take care before making investment. Is the companies introduced or maybe undergone for the revival or rehabilitation, I should take some more what we called analysis, or which means I'm taking the more risk. The company which is going for the normal and is a revival and rehabilitation investments. And the part 7 is discussing about winding up of their registered companies. And winding up means it's a closing. And next, part 8 is deal with the application of the act to companies formed or registered under previous companies laws. That means a company, suppose it was registered. Now I tell that the Companies Act 1956 and Companies Act 2013. So if the company registered in 1956, that had to be come with the purview in the year of 2014. They have to follow the 2013 norms. So 56 norms definitely different from 2013 norms. So the new company or the old company has to accomplish with the new Companies Act or the new norms. Move on to the part number 9. It pertains about the companies authorized to registered under the act. So registration, how we are going to make the registration? If something is missing or something is left out or something is not notified, I mean naturally we can understand that one. The company is not properly registered. The company is not properly registered mean you may not be possible to have your investment in the particular company. And in this particular time, I have to be mentioning that one. Investments made by the investor in the market can be done it by the two way. One is OTC and another one is the stock exchanges. If people you are going to the stock exchanges, such these type of the issues can be avoided. But when the case of OTC, this if anything is missed out means then the responsibility or onus of responsibility is with the investor, which means risk is more comparable with the exchange traded market. And we'll move on to the next one. Part 9A is deal about what is mean by company. That means Amendment Act, a definition, incorporation and management of the producer company. And we'll move on to the part number 10 is discussing about winding up of unregistered companies. Yes, the Companies Act is meant for registered companies as well as the unregistered companies. Unregistered companies mean the company is not getting the proper license from the corporate affairs. That means on basis of Companies Act, but also they treated as they are the companies company. So that also going for the winding up. For that, how the winding up can be happen. That is the part number 10 is explaining. And part number 11 is related to the obligation and formalities of companies incorporated outside India. If anybody or any investor or any company or want to be do the business in outside India, what? And if suppose you are an investor, you also aware that whether the company is incorporated inside or outside the India. Part number 12 it's related to registration office and fees. And 13 is generally in its nature and be a section pertaining to matters such as collection of information and statistics from companies, application of the act to companies governed by special acts or to government companies, penalties for various offenses and so on. I hope this particular slide is presumably you will be explaining about Companies Act. 3 information I have to learn it from this particular slide. Number 1 is what it is mean. What is Companies Act? Why should I should understand the Companies Act? What is the what all the things is available in the Companies Act? Nandri.